Savai pungsang paro dharma. Savai pungsang paro dharma. Jato bhakti radho khaji. Ahitu kya pratihata jayatma samprasidati. Jaya Atma Suprasidati. Everyone is seeking after happiness. Atmantik dukkha nirvitti. The struggle for existence is to minimize miserable condition of life and increase enjoyment. We, the living entities, we are part and parcel of God. Mamaivangsha jiva bhuta. Jiva bhuta, jivas, all jivas, living entities, they are part and parcel of Krishna or God. When we speak of Krishna, means God. God has got many thousands of names, but this one name is chief. Krishna means the all attract. Krishna attracts everyone. Or one who attracts everyone, he is God. God cannot be attractive for some man or some living entities, not for others. By his opulence, by his richness, by his power, by his beauty, by his knowledge, by his renunciation, by his reputation, God is all attracted. So all these opulences you will find in Krishna. Aishajyasya samagrasya bijasya jasasya sriya jnana vairagyayasya saraiti bhagangana. Bhaga means opulence. Just like we sometimes speak Bhagavan, that comes from this word Bhaga. Similarly, Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the owner of all opulences. That is called Bhagavan. There are nowadays so many Bhagavans, but they are not owner of all opulences. Maybe partly. But God means, Bhagavan means samagras. Samagra means complete. One rich man can claim that I am owner of so many crores. Another can claim, no, I have got 1 or 2 more crores more than you. Others may say so on, so on, so on, go on. But nobody can claim that I am the owner of all opulences. But in the Bhagavad Gita, you will find Krishna claim, Bhoktaram Jagatamasam Sarvaloko Maheswaram. Sarvaloko Maheswaram, the supreme proprietor of all the lokas. That is admitted by the Shastra. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said, Ishara Parama Krishna. Ishara means controller, or the powerful man who controls. Take, for example, the president or the king. So there are many Isharas or controllers. You are also Ishara, I am also Ishara. Because you also control at least your family members or some animals. So this controlling capacity is there in everyone. because we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we are not supreme controller. We are controller of some entities, but we are controlled also by something superior. Therefore, we are not absolute controller. We are relative controller. But about Krishna, it is said, Ishara Parama Krishna. Parama means supreme. He controls everyone or everything, but he is not controlled by anyone. That is Ishara Parama. We are Ishara. We control in our jurisdiction, but we are also controlled by somebody. Just try to understand. But in Krishna's life, you will find that he controls everyone, but he is not controlled by anyone. Therefore he is called Ishara Parama Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha. He has got his form. God has got his form. The Mayavadi philosophers, they think the absolute truth is impersonal. Sunnavad. No, absolute cannot be zero or impersonal. Because controller must have brain. Without brain, how he can control? And as soon as you have got brain, you have got other limbs of the body to carry out the order of the brain. So as soon as you have got senses, as soon as you have got sense organs, as soon as you have got brain, as soon as you have got activities, you are a person. This is the conclusion of the Shastra. Therefore, the absolute controller cannot be impersonal. By our practical life we see government. Government is an impersonal word. But at the end of the government, there is a governor or president, a person. A person is required. He will apply his brain. Now how is that? That without brain, the whole cosmic manifestation is controlled. That is not very reasonable. And that is not according to Shastra. According to Shastra, the absolute truth is explained in the Bhagavad Gita as tattva. Tattva means truth. So, Srimad Bhagavatam says, the tattvavid, one who knows the tattva, truth, vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam, jad jnanam advayam, brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabda. Those who are actually knower of the absolute truth, they know that the absolute truth is manifested in three features: impersonal Brahma and localized Paramatma, Antarjami or the super soul. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that in each body there is a soul. Khetragya idam sariram khetram iti avidiyate. The body, I am not this body, but I know it is my body. Therefore, I am Khetragya, and the body is Khetra. And Krishna said that Khetrangam chapi magavidhi sarva khetreshu bharata. That sarva khetreshu bharata, in every body, that manifestation of God or Krishna is called Paramatma or super soul. So the super soul and the soul, both of them are sitting on this body. It is compared with a tree. Just like on the tree, two birds sitting, friendly birds. One is eating the fruit and another is simply witnessing. Upadrashta anumanta. So this is the science. Human life is meant for understanding this science. This is the ultimate science. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. Human life is not meant for wasting like cats and dogs, simply eating, sleeping, mating. That is not human life. At the present moment, they are simply engaged in these four principles of bodily demands of life. How to eat, how to sleep, how to have sense gratification, and how to defend. Unfortunately, we have become less than the animals. Because the animals, they have no problem. Even the birds, out of all living entities, 8,400,000 of forms. The human forms are only 400,000. The majority of the living entities, they are in different forms. Jalajanam lakhani, sthavara lakhavinsati, krimayo rudra sankaka, pakshinam dasalakkhakam. They are aquatics, they are insects, they are birds, beasts, trees, plants, and then human being by evolution process. So they have no problem. You can see in the early morning, these sparrows, they are dancing, chirping, and they have no problem. Immediately though they will go to some tree and they will find out some little fruit, they will eat. Their eating problem, there is no eating problem. There is no sleeping problem. And there is no sex life problem also. Along with them there is opposite sex. And they defend in their own way. So these are not actually problems. These are already settled up according to your body. That is the verdict of the Shastra. Tallabbathe dukkha vadannata sukham kalena sarvatra gavira ramhasa. According to your body, your eating problem, your sleeping problem, your sense gratification problem and defending problem are already settled. That is the verdict of the Shastra. Your real problem is, as our Panchadarvin Maharaj expressed, how to solve the problem of repetition of birth, death, old age and disease. This is your problem. Therefore, in the human society, there is some system of religion, how to solve these problems. But people in this age, they have become so misled, misguided, that they are not taking care of the real problem, but they are very much engaged in the temporary problems which are already solved. We are simply mismanaging them. So, how to make solution of the problems of life, that means is called dharma. Dharma means the regulative principle which is given to the human society by God. I have already explained many times, just as the law is given by the state for regulative principles of life, similarly, dharma is also regulative principle to the human society. And just to make his life successful. What is that successful life? Successful life means a human being has come to this human form of life through the evolutionary process. Now he should make such arrangement that next life he may be free from this repetition of birth and death, at least, or he may go to other planets, higher standard of life, as it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. janti deva vrata deva, pitrin janti pitri vrataha, bhuteja janti bhutani, majjajinopi janti ma. That is the human life. You prepare yourself for higher standard of life or to make a permanent solution of your miserable condition of life, namely birth, death, old age and disease. This is required. This is human business or dharma. So how you can attain that dharma? Dharma means the occupational duty. Dharma is not a sentiment. Practically nowadays people have taken dharma. Religion means a kind of faith. But that is not the description of the Vedic Shastra. Faith you can change. Today you are Hindu, tomorrow you can become Muslim. Or today you are Muslim, tomorrow you can become Christian. You can change your faith. But that is not religion. Change of faith or accepting some faith, that is not religion. Religion means which you cannot change. Even if you become from Hindu to Muslim or from Muslim to Christian, that your occupational duty you cannot change. Take for example, suppose you are a government servant. You are serving in the secretariat. But tomorrow you become Hindu or Muslim or Christian. But do you mean to say that your service in the government will be changed also? No. That will continue. So, real business means we have to serve somebody. That is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jiver Swarup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. Our real business or real occupation is to serve Krishna, God. That is all. That service spirit, because we have forgotten God or Krishna, we are serving somebody else. That is called Maya. We have to serve. Nobody can say, in this meeting there are so many ladies and gentlemen, nobody can say that I do not serve anyone. I am free. That is not possible. You must have to serve. And that service is called dharma. Just like salt is salty taste, sugar is sweet taste. The sweet taste is the dharma of sugar. The pungent taste of chili, that is the dharma. It cannot change. If sugar is salty, you do not accept. Oh, this is not sugar. Similarly, living entity has got a permanent occupational duty, that is service. That service is being carried on in different names. Service of the family, service of the country, service of the community, service of the nation, service of the humanity, so many ways. But there is service. But this service cannot be complete unless this service goes up to the transcendental loving service of Krishna. That is perfection of service. And that is called dharma. Try to understand what is dharma. So here, Suta Goswami was answering the question of Saunaka the Muni in Naimisharanya. They inquired that after the departure of Krishna, Krishna came, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskitam dharma samsthapanartha. So their inquiry was that after departure of Krishna, the protection of dharma, how it is being maintained, or under whom, where it has gone. And what is actually dharma? So here it is explained, savai pungsang paro dharma. Paro means superior, not this religion. Hindu religion, Muslim religion, Christian religion, or there are so many other religions. That is also dharma, that is temporary. But parodharma means permanent dharma, eternal dharma, or sanatana dharma. That is called para. Para means superior. Savai pungsang parodharma jato bhakti adhokhaje. Adhokhaja. Adhokhaja means God. Adha means cut down. Akhaja means direct perception. Adhakhaja. You cannot understand God by direct perception. You have got your eyes, but if you want to see where is God, show me. That is not immediately possible. You have to prepare your eyes to see God. So therefore, God's another name is Adhokhaja. Adhakrita akhajam jnanam jatra. Not by direct perception you can understand God. So here it is mentioned, Adhokhaja means you cannot perceive the Supreme, absolute truth by your sense perception. You have to learn it by Shruti, by hearing. Hearing is also experience. By hearing. Savanam kirtanam Vishnu, smaranam padasevanam, archanam bandhanam dasam, sakham atmanivedam. This is the process. Hearing. If you simply hear about God, then you will see God by hearing. That is because there is a cloud of dirtiness within our heart. Unless that dirtiness is cleansed, we cannot perceive God. Therefore, this process of chanting Hare Krishna mantra is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Cheta Darpana Marjanam, cleansing the mirror of heart. Just like unless you cleanse the mirror, which is full of dust, you cannot see your face very nicely. Similarly, unless you cleanse your heart very nicely, or in other words, unless your heart is cleansed of all sinful reaction, you cannot understand what is God. That is not possible. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Jesam antagatam papam jananang punnakarmana te dandamaha nirmukta bhajanti mang dirabrata. They can see God. One who is fully washed off all sinful reaction of life. That can be done very easily. That can be done very easily. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshaysami. Everyone in this material world, we are suffering the sinful reaction of our past life or this life. That is a fact. But Krishna says that I can give you the protection from all reaction of sinful life if you surrender unto me. So, to become free from sinful life, there is only simple method if you surrender to Krishna. That is the beginning of bhakti. Jato bhakti radhokhad. Bhakti life begins when you fully surrender unto the lotus feet of God. That is the bhakti life. So here it is said that it does not matter whether you are a Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Buddhist, it doesn't matter. Your system of religion is first class if you can develop your general love for Krishna or God, adhokhaja. That is the test. You may advertise yourself, or I may advertise myself. I am a great religious person. But the test is how much you have learned to love God. How much you have advanced in that process. So here in this verse it is said that Savai Pungsang Paro Dharma Jato Bhakti Adhokhaje. then what will be my profit? Suppose I simply love God. I love. The loving propensity is there in me. I love some boy, I love some girl. I love my country, I love my family, I love my society, I love my country. The loving propensity is there. There is no doubt. Everyone, even cats and dogs, because he is living entity, he has got the loving propensity. A tiger also loves its cubs. But this love, when it will be applied to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the perfection of love. Sabai punsang paro dharma, jato bhakti adhopad. What kind of love? Ahoituki, to love God not for any other reason. That God will give me some wealth, God will give me this, I shall take from God this. No. Ahoituki. No cause that because I am in want of some money, therefore I shall go to church or temple or love God. No. Ahoituki. Just like people generally go there like that. Oh God, give us our daily bread. Well, you are asking God for daily bread. Daily bread is already given to everyone, even birds and beasts. Your bread is also there. But people do not know that my bread is already there. Why I shall bother God for daily bread? Let me learn how to love God. God is giving us so many things without asking. God is giving us light, God is giving us water, God, everything is given, without which cannot live. And He will not give us a bread. The Bhagavad Gita says, they are also pious. Even one goes to God for asking something, for some material profit. Chaturvidha bhajante mang, jana sukriti na arjuna. Sukriti means they are pious. Just the opposite number, duskritina, they will never go to God. Just like the communists. They will say, what is this nonsense, God? We shall produce our food. We shall produce our happiness. They are called duskritina. Duskritina means sinful. Actually, they do not know that without sanction of God, you cannot get anything. So, at least one who accepts this power of God and goes to God for asking bread or something, money or something else, they are pious. That is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Sukritina Arjuna. But those who do not go at all, who do not care for God, they are called duskritina. Namag duskritina mudha prabhaddante narag. So, to love God is the ultimate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Prema Pumartha Maha. The supreme gain of life is how to be situated in the platform of loving service to the Supreme Person God. That is actual perfection. That is described here. Ahuituki apratihata. Apratihata means this love cannot be checked. If you love somebody here in this material world, then if you have no money, the exchange of love will be hampered. But this love of God cannot be hampered. If you want to love God, there is no material impediments. Ahituki apratihata. It cannot be checked. You may be the poor of the poorest of the poor. Still you can love God. Just Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram puspam phalam toyam jomi bhaktya prajacchati. Patram, a little leaf, or a little water, or little flower, or little fruit. Patram puspam phalam toyam. If you offer to Krishna, my Lord, my Krishna, I am very poor man. I cannot give you anything. But I have collected a little fruit, little flower, little water. So I have come to offer you. Krishna says, yes, tadaham asnami. Taya bhakta puhitam asnami prajatatmana. He is not hungry, but he wants your love. He wants your love. That is hunger. Therefore he comes. Personally he comes. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanam. What is the dharmasya glanam? When people forget how to love God, that is dharmasya glanam. Not that other. So he comes to teach, and ultimately he teaches. In the middle he also teaches. Manvana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji mag namaskuru. This is God's teaching, that you simply think of God. Manvana, mad bhakta, become devotee of God. Worship God. Manvana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji mag namaskuru. You are coming here. Here is God. You are offering obeisances. It will go to your credit. Yeah, this is called Agyato Supriti. Those who are coming here, taking part in this aratric ceremony, dancing or offering some respect, everything go to your credit. Everything will go to your credit. In this way, just like if you make bank balance 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, sometimes you will see it is now 100,000 rupees. Similarly, we are giving chants all over the world, opening this Radha Krishna temple, giving them chance to chant the glories of the Lord. That means it is going to their credit. If they take it immediately, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Braja, that is very nice. But if he cannot, this chance will never go in vain. This is Krishna Consciousness movement. Savai Pumsang Paro Dharma, Jato Bhakti Yoga. Ahituki, and anyone can join. There is no question. Krishna is not meant for the Hindus or Indians. This is a mistake. Now the Westerners, the Europeans, Americans, they understand. They do not say that why should he accept Krishna? He is Indian, he was Hindu. No, Krishna is for everyone. Just like the sun, the same sun, it rises. First of all rises in India, then gradually goes to Europe. Does it mean the European sun and the Indian sun, they are different? No, the one sun. Similarly, God is one for everyone. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvajonishu Kaunteya. Sarvajonishu means 8,400,000 species of forms. Sarvajonishu Kaunteya Sambhavanti Murtayaja. There are as many forms. Tesang Mahajjani Brahma Aham Abhija Padatpita. He says, Aham, I am. I am the seed-giving Father. Mamaivamsa Jiva Bhuta. Every living entity, they are my part and parcel. As the sons, daughters, they are part and parcel of the Father. Therefore, in some religion, God is addressed as the Supreme Father. Actually, He is Supreme Father. That is it our duty to enjoy the property of the Father. Similarly, it is our duty to love the Supreme Father. That is Krishna Consciousness movement. And it cannot be checked. Ahituki apratihata jenatma samprasidati, suprasidati. Everyone is wanting peace of mind. Atma. Atma means body, Atma means mind, Atma means the soul. Jinatma suprasidati, suprasidati. Prasidati means become satisfied. And su means very much. So unless you learn this heart, how to love God, you cannot be happy. This is the fact. The sooner you make business, finish this business, how to learn, that this chance is in this human form of life. You can learn. And the plain method is very plain, especially in this age. That is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Kalau dosa nidhi rajan asti jeko mahanaguna Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. Simply by chanting Krishna's name, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Mukta Sangha, he becomes free from all the contamination of this age. Mukta Parang Brajet, he goes to the supreme abode, back to home, back to Godhead. You can see it is not story. These European and American boys and girls, how they are feeling, how they are dancing. Jena atma suprasidati. Unless they are feeling satisfaction, how they can dance with me? They are not dogs and cats that I have taught them that you dance like this to make some money. No, they are dancing in ecstasy of love. Jena atma suprasidati. Otherwise, what money I have got to bribe them? I am poor Indian. No. They have developed this ecstatic love of God. Even Christian priests admit that these boys, these girls were our boys. Now, when they were Christians, they did not come into the church, they did not care. Now these boys are mad after God. So, this Krishna consciousness is there in everybody. It is not an artificial thing. In the Chaitanya Chaitamrita, it is stated, Nitta Siddha Krishna Bhakti.